Okay. So now we have seen how to create a containers, right? How to delete the images, containers, the order, like first we have to stop the container, remove the container, and then remove the image, like that we have seen, right? That's good. Next thing is, I want to create a container. While creating a container, what Docker will do? It will assign one container ID and default name. I don't want to give a default name. I want to create a container with my custom name. So for the same image, right, I have Docker sudo Docker images, hello world images there, right? So this image I want to, for this image I want to create a container, but custom name I want to use sudo Docker run image name. You give this hello world. Here I want to give, here I am going to give a custom name. How to give a custom name is hyphen name my container. So this is going to be my custom name, my container name, my custom name I'm going to give to my container. Okay. Remember one blind rule. Not all 100%, I'm not saying. Most of the cases, the image name, whenever you are using image, most of the time image will come at the end. Not 100%. Not most of the time, I'm saying, not always. Okay. There are few cases where we will give one more extra parameters after the image also. We'll see that later. But most of the cases, the image will come at the end. Okay. But not 100%. So Docker run is the command, and image means I want to create a container for this image. And for that container, whatever the container is going to create, for that I want to use a custom name. Do this, right? Now, clear sudo docker ps -a. So did I got the custom name for my container? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And you know, right, why the container got created and immediately got into exit state? Why? Because the image was developed like that. The image was created like that. The image said, when you create a container, just print, just execute this hello file. Okay, it got executed. Its job is done. So it got into exited state. Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, one rule I want to tell while using the images. So when you search for images, for example, in the Docker here, right? So, oh, okay. Let me open it once again. Sorry. So if you go here into your Docker Hub, you search like this, hello-world. Now, in this, there are so many images with the hello world. Hello world. See, you can create an account. Right? For example, on my Docker host, I'll create my own image, custom image I'll create. So someone has created hello world image. Someone like me created a hello world image and pushed it here. Someone created rancher / hello world and pushed it here. Someone arms something they created like this, right? Someone like this, they have kite matting something, they created so many images like this and pushed, right? So I also can, even me too, or we can create image, our own image, right? And then push it here, and then push it to our Docker Hub. We can push it here. Yes. But if I'm the person creating, who knows, I do a mistake, means my image is not pre-judged. For simply I'm creating one Pakwas image and pushing it there. But how can I know? See here, not only Docker Hub, means not only Docker Hub, right? Docker people, not only Docker people, you can also keep your images there. But how to identify the images from Docker Hub? Docker Hub means the image from Docker Hub means it is guaranteed image, right? Means it is original image. Someone like us also can create dummy images and put it. Maybe there are valid image also, but dummy image also they can keep, right? So how can we know that the image is from Docker INC? This image is not from Docker INC. Someone like us pushed the image, right? So wherever you see only one name, that is Docker Hub image. Wherever you see something like this slash, right? Two names, one name / this one, right? So that is going to be a custom image. Someone like us has uploaded the image. These are the images not from Docker INC. Only this is from Docker INC. So this is nothing but the image name, whereas it has two names. But one is, this part is image name. This part is username, right? You want to sign up for your Docker Hub, right? You want to push an image into your Docker Hub. So in that case, you need to sign up. You need to sign up into your Docker Hub and then give a get a valid username and password. So for that, you have to give username. For example, I want to give like this, KC. So first let me give Docker ID, email, password are there, right? First let me give Docker email, right? KC Technologies DevOps at gmail.com. Okay, this is going to be my email ID. Now I have to give one. So while signing up with my Docker, I have to give a unique email ID. So I gave it, right? And Docker ID also should be unique. But if you give 1, 2, 3, ABCD, your name, you'll forget. So always give this, whatever your email ID before @ is there, right? You give it, so you'll not forget. So you'll remember your email ID, right? So Docker ID also you'll remember. And then password, and then sign up. Once you create, I already have an account for this, so I can't create it, right? So once you create this, that's it. You will have a valid account. You can sign up into your account. Okay, you can sign up into your account and you can push your images. So I already have pushed so many images. We'll see that later. So first let me go to my Docker Hub. Okay. So now, so I can search for images. Hello world. Hello-world. So this is the Docker INC provided image, whereas these images are provided by someone else, right? So they uploaded their images like us only. They signed up into Docker Hub and pushed their images. So we can blindly say if it has only image name, it is Docker Hub image. Whereas you see username means we have seen, right? Docker ID. This is nothing but a username. Docker ID / image name means user ID / image name. If you see that, it means a custom image, right? Okay, fine. So there will be plenty of images, so you can easily identify which are that, right? Next. Okay. So you can search for this also. Hello world. If you search here, you can see stars also. How many has pulled, right? 1 billion people has pulled this image. This is official image. If you go there also, it will show you official image, right? So reviews, you can check it like this. So these people has given these many rating for this. Overall average rating of this image is 5 star, right? So like that also you can check it. Okay, fine. So now, so like this, you can search for the images. And now you want to see how the image has been developed. So if you go to that simple tags, so it will show that here. So how that image has been developed. Okay, we'll see this about this Docker file, how to develop image. We'll see later. For now, you ignore it. We'll see that later. Understood, guys? How to check for the images. And I want everyone to have a Docker Hub account by tomorrow's class. Right? By next class, maybe tomorrow is Sunday, we don't have class, right? By next class, everyone should have your own Docker account. You create and commit. If you don't have Docker Hub account, that's it. I'll not allow you to attend the class. Okay, everyone create it will not take more than 5 minutes, hardly 5 minutes, right? So you sign up into your Docker Hub, just type Docker Hub in Google. You'll see the hub.docker.com. Open this, click on sign up, your details, right? ID, email ID, password for your Docker Hub, not your Gmail. If you give Gmail ID, don't think Gmail ID password you have to give. It should be unique. Means this is going to be your login password to your Docker Hub. Okay, this is going to be your login password for your Docker Hub. So you give something here. Okay, next, login here. Done, right? Next. What I want to discuss is, okay, first let me create one container. So we know, right? We know in Docker, if you want to install something, if you want to create a container like Jenkins or something, we no need to have an operating system, right? For now on my Docker, let me try to create a container itself. Because so far we created hello world image, which will get into exited state immediately, right? So what I want to do is, I want to create one Ubuntu as a container, means one operating system, Ubuntu operating system as a container. Here, I want to create Ubuntu as an operating system. But in general, we don't want operating system. We can, if you want to install Jenkins directly, you can create it as a container without operating system. But for now, Ubuntu itself, I want to take as a container. So let's see that. So what I'll do is take this image, take this command or CentOS, anything. Let me take this example only, CentOS. Okay. See, I want to create a container, Docker run, right? And the image name is this one. So CentOS. So if you can go and search in your Docker Hub, you'll be able to see one image called as CentOS and tag as 7, right? As I said, image name will be the last option most of the time, but not always. So here, this I'm giving. So why this I'm giving is, if I give this, okay, I'll explain this later. I'll explain this in one of the class because I want to discuss this, and maybe next session we will discuss more about this. So first, let me explain this. Let me execute this container. See now where I am on my Docker host. Now, if you see here, where I am is inside my operating system, CentOS. So here on my Docker host, I created an Ubuntu CentOS operating system, and I went inside that operating system. Right here, I am inside this operating system. Now, have you seen this? This is my container ID. I am inside that. Understood, guys? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now here I can execute. See, Ubuntu CentOS operating system I'm giving. I want to come out of that. Okay, control PQ you can type, or else exit. Exit means it will come out directly. PS minus. Let me type. I'll tell that those things and all. First, let me show one thing. Sudo docker PS minus A. So see this. This container is in up and running. Means that CentOS just now whatever we created, right? It is up and running. Still, it is not getting into exited state. Why? Because I used few options, that is -IT, and this option I have used, right? So how this works and all, we'll see in the next session. How to create a container in running state. Means that hello world, whatever you do, you cannot get inside you cannot make that container to be in running state because the image is like that. But CentOS has designed, if you create an operating system, right? If you create a CentOS as an CentOS operating system as a container, if you keep the container in stop state, will that make any sense? You can't utilize your operating system, right? It makes sense. It makes sense. No, I want to create Jenkins as a container. Okay, you created your container and stopped the container. Means you stopped your Jenkins. Does it make sense? No use, right? I want to keep it in running state. So the images, the CentOS image or Jenkins image are developed like you can keep that containers. Means if you create any container out of the CentOS image or a Jenkins image, you can keep them in a running state, right? Okay, once you keep them in a running state, how to get inside that, how to come out, how to deal with that and all, we'll see tomorrow. Okay, in next session, maybe on Monday, not tomorrow. Okay, guys. Okay, any questions related to this? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you don't have any questions,
Yes,
you
sir.
are not understanding anything, or else you're understanding everything.
No, sir, clear, sir. But only thing is, sir, the terminal defaultly goes for Docker daemon, sir.
Of course, yes.
Okay, okay. Sir.
See, you are not that. No, not even not like that. It will just connect. Yeah, good. It will connect to this instance, EC2 instance, Linux machine. It will connect. But you are executing Docker command, so it will deal with the daemon.
Daemon. Okay, that is it.
Okay. Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And tomorrow, before next class, if you don't do two things, I'll not allow for the next class. One is you have to create Docker Hub account. You have to sign up in Docker Hub. Next one is everyone should create an EC2 instance and practice. Means everyone has to create EC2 instance. T2 micro is enough. T2 micro is enough. Install Docker. It is there in the document. I think I already shared document. If not, I'll share. So everyone has to install Docker using these commands, right? Start your Docker, and practice Docker commands, right? Just at least run pull ps rm rmi. Okay, those commands. Docker stop RMI, you just execute. So far today, what we executed, commands we executed, Docker pull. Don't drop, guys. I'm going to discuss one more concept. So Docker pull, Docker run, Docker PS -A, Docker images to list the images, Docker RMI, RMI we discussed, right? So such comments and all, right? So you practice that. And now I want to tell one thing. So what I'll do is, most of the common error what we get, right? Not in real time. The students, what will get and tell me, sir, it is not working, it is not working. See, Docker service, sudo service all right. I stopped my Docker. So what I'll do is, by default, when you install Docker, it will be in stopped state. When you install your Docker, it will be in stopped state. You have to explicitly start it, right? So people will not start it. You'll just hurry, right? You'll be in hurry. You'll just keep that. So it will be in inactive dead state. Means your Docker will be in stopped state. Now we'll execute this command: Docker pull hello world, hello -world. You'll write here. Oh, sorry, Docker is missing. Sudo Docker, this one. It will tell this. It will tell this, right? Pulling image library latest. Oh, it's already there in local. So for example, let me type Jenkins. Okay, what it is saying? Error response daemon manifest not find something it is giving. Okay, not this one. I want to show one error. Anyways, let me show that error next class. Okay, I want to repeat one thing here. So let me tell that what is that error is. It will tell daemon not responding. You check it, 80 port number, something related to that it will give. So it means your Docker is in, means the daemon is in stopped state. Your daemon, the error will be like the daemon is in stopped state, something like that it will show. What does that mean is your Docker is in stopped state. Your Docker is in stopped state means your how your daemon cannot be in started state, right? So daemon will be in stopped state. So that's the reason when you execute any client from when you execute any command from your client, if your Docker is in stopped state, it cannot find that means that the daemon will be in stopped state. That cannot it cannot understand the Docker command. So you start your Docker properly. So wherever you see, I'll show you that again. We are going to get that error. So it will show that daemon is in stopped state, something like that. Okay, remember that if it whenever it shows the daemon is in stopped state, something like that, it means Docker is in stopped state. So you go and start your Docker. Okay, understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. That's it. I'm stopping here. We'll meet on Monday.
Sir,